So a great story that just came out of just a few days ago. As we worked our way out of this project, we were pouring an additional driveway for the homeowner to be able to park some boat trailers and things during the summer and store his stuff along the side of his property. And we're using a concrete company that we've never used before. It's a driveway. We should be able to just use anybody locally. When we get into our specific types of concrete work, we want to do with someone that we've done a lot of business with before. But in this particular case, it's a plain driveway, shouldn't be any issue. Local company we don't know, should be fine. The guy pulls up, and I said, first thing I said as he got out of the truck is I said, I promise you a story that you are going to go back to your yard and talk about. And he looked at me really funny, and he didn't understand. I said, you'll see what I'm talking about. So we start getting ready, and we got all the wheelbarrows there, and next thing you know, 3 young girls line up behind those wheelbarrows. And here's Karen, another woman, ready with a trowel, and then me and my brother Rick ready to lay concrete. And he looked at the girls and looked at me, and I said, fill them up, let's go. And he started filling their wheelbarrows, and they were pushing, wheeling, dumping, and back before he could fill all of them. The homeowner even made the comment that there were always 2 girls waiting for the wheelbarrows to be filled. And partway through, I heard the driver yell to the girls. He goes, I've never seen anything like this in my 45 years of doing this. He goes, I already called my son about it, and I already this, and I just wish I had a video of this. And here it was, 2 18-year-old girls and a 21-year-old girl that you would never imagine on a construction crew, don't have the look at all. They're all sweet, blonde, and not what you would think hardcore construction worker. And they pushed those wheelbarrows and dumped them faster than he could fill them. And he went back to the yard, and he was bringing the second load, and he came back and he said, you were right. He said, you were right about that story, that I couldn't help but talk about what I had just seen. So that's just, that's for me just incredibly fun, and that happens all the time. Every time we have a truck driver show up delivering cement to us, and we've had guys say things like, you have restored my faith in the youth today, because all I see is a bunch of lazy kids, and look at these guys. And in that case, there were 3 girls and 3 boys, average age, or 16 to 21 years old, wheeling concrete that day. And he goes, you've completely restored my faith that there is some hope for the youth, because these kids get out there and they give their heart and soul, and they give everything they have. And you would never know that these are 16 to 21-year-old people, because of the stigma of what the world seems to say about that generation. We have so proven that to be not the case at all. So it's that, and it's every driver that's ever been here that's brought us concrete has made some comment about, I couldn't believe that little skinny blonde over there, there's no way she'll push a wheelbarrow. And every time she'd come back, she'd say, put more in there and fill it back up. And by the end, he was filling her wheelbarrow to the top, and she never missed a beat. Pushed it the entire way, dumped it, and brought it back and did it again. And that guy was floored that little skinny blonde Barbie over there could do that. What happens is you give people a reason. You give the youth a reason to care about what they do, to care about being strong, to care about loving the thing that they're doing. If you make it something that they hate, they'll never want to do it. But if you give them a way and help them find a way to love what they're going to do, you'll see stuff like this happen. This was a very difficult yard to push concrete in. If you look at the elevations, it's like this everywhere. Footings all over the place. There's unbelievable amounts of cement here that was all brought in from the road, which is a long way that way. There's probably a 80-foot run from the driveway, end of the driveway, just to the house, let alone around the house, down to this back to pour this entire thing. It's what you get when you believe enough in people and you give them a reason to work hard.